and welcome. It's time for another weekly paper crafting live. My name is Kate. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in the UK, bringing you my weekly live here on YouTube. Just getting set up, sorting out the lighting, making sure I don't have too much shadow. How is that? I'll just wait a few minutes, see if anybody hops on and joins me. I'm a little late this evening. Tardy, I think is the word. Not very good at all. I didn't realise that the time had just flown. Doesn't it fly by when you're having fun? Say hello, let me know you're here and where you're from. Because I can see I've got a couple of people joining me, but I don't know who I've got with me. So do let me know. If you want to comment, do that. I would love to see you. Oh, good morning, Sylvia. It's nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. Morning to you, evening to us. But I'm very glad you're with me. So tonight, I've just brought you a really quick and simple cards. Hello, Carol. Thanks for joining me. I'm so glad you're here. So I've got some very quick and simple cards tonight. And I'm going to be using the Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series papers. Hi, Shaz. Welcome. How are you? Yeah, Designer Series papers from Stampin' Up! Now, I have used mine a lot, and I have a lot of small pieces left over. I have a few large pieces, but they are beautiful Christmas papers. They come in a pack of 12 by 12, double-sided sheets. They don't have to be for Christmas, obviously, but they are really, aren't they? They scream Christmas. Look at all these gorgeous designs. So lovely. And I'm going to be showing you how you can use your Designer Series papers to make some simple, easy, fun Christmas cards. Okay, so I'm going to grab a piece that I fancy the look of. So I think I'm going to take this big piece out. And then, what about this one, perhaps? There's a very stripy one, but that might not work. Oh, I know. I might go for that stripy one. Okay, so we're going to go for those two. So I've just chosen two pieces, and I'm going to cut them in a minute to a certain measurement, but I'll put them out of the way for a second. I have got two card bases. I'm going to make two quick cards, and this is an A4 piece of cardstock. I've got the thick white, cut in half and scored in half. So I score it in half at 10.5 centimetres, and then I cut it in half at 14.8, and out of that then I get two card bases. Now the colours in these papers are Mossy Meadow, Pear Pizzazz and Real Red and White. So I have got a layer which is half a centimetre smaller in the Mossy Meadow, so that's 10 by 14.3, and then I'm going to cut the paper to fit, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I've written my measurements here, so you may be able to see those. And they will go on my blog at some point, so you'll be able to just pop over there and you don't have to write them down. So that's at inkstampshare.ink, and you can just see the measurements when I get that up on my blog in the next day or so. Right, okay, so I've got these two pieces of paper that I thought I would use. And so I've written my DSP is 13.3 by 9. So let's go for that. 9 centimetres. And all that is a centimetre smaller than the Mossy Meadow layer. 13.3. So it does all work out. So I've got one of those, so that's 13.3 by 9. And then I'm going to cut into the nice big piece. Who has trouble cutting into their Designer Series paper? Who likes it too much to cut into it? Well, I'm going to cut a 10 centimetre strip off here so that I can use it for card fronts. So let's do that. Put that right out of the way. Now I want it to be 13.3. Don't know if you can see that. Just move all the bits that are the wrong size out of the way. And then 9, I said, didn't I? There we go. So if you have a piece of Designer Series paper and you cut it into 10 centimetre strips, you will end up with 6 card fronts from each one. So that's why I cut a 10 centimetre strip off it and then trimmed it. Okay, so I have 2 here. I'll need my trimmer back in a moment. And I'm going to cut them up into different measurements. Okay, so here we go. So we've got both, they both measure exactly the same. So I'm going to turn it on its side and I'm going to cut off 4.5 centimeters off the bottom. Keep that bit to the side, and then I'm going to turn it round to the top, and I'm going to cut that in half at 4.5 centimeters, which is in half because it's 9 across the top. Okay, so you've got this idea like this and like that, and I'm going to do the same with this one. So 4.5 off the bottom like that, and then 4.5 along the top in half. You'll know you got it right because it'll be exactly in half. I think we finished with the trimmer for a bit. Okay, now this is where the fun bit comes, because I'm making a panelled card. And so I want my panels to look slightly different. So I'm going to bring in my green layer, my mossy meadow layer, and I'm going to work out what I want it to look like. Now these are really simple cards to make, but they're fun. So I'm going to put this across the bottom. I'm going to put this one here, and then I'm going to bring in one of these, I think. Excuse my arm being in the way. Let me bring it over here. So, also we've got all sorts of things that we can play with. So we've got this one. And then my other card that I'm going to make, I've made my layer red. So exactly the same size in real red. And then we will maybe, is that the right length? No, that's the top piece. Okay, so we're going to play around with it and see what we've got. Yeah, those are the right ones. So let's have a look. Okay, so it might suit us to have this one here, that one here, like that. This one we can make like that. Oh, now it's like some kind of jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? Are they both red? Well, they're just the same red. That's all right. Okay, let's change this up then and have that one like that. And we'll have that one. I got too much red. I should have looked at what I was choosing, shouldn't I? So where's that green? There. Okay, that's what we're going to go with. I think that's really cool. Excellent. Right, that's going to be our card layers. So it's a bit of Jenga, a bit of jigsaw going on there. Now all I'm going to do is glue them down. Very simple. Now I'm going to do the bottom piece first to kind of line up what we want. So get my Tombow glue. Just a little bit if I can get it to flow out. Like that. And I'm going to pop it on the bottom. Now what I need to do is make sure everything that's going to fit on there. So line it all up. So you have a nice border and you have a gap in between each panel like that. Make sure it all kind of fits by eye, and then you're all right to glue it down. So just make that straight. There we go. So simple. I think you could do this this could be any card. It wouldn't even have to be a Christmas card. If you have some really beautiful designer series papers, especially those foiled speciality ones we do, this would be a really nice little card to make with panels. Very simple. And then you can dress it up afterwards. So how is everyone? Have you had a good week so far? What have you been up to? Has anyone done anything fun? It's been a busy one here. Really busy. Took my son back to uni on Monday, so went to Canterbury and back. So which isn't too far, so a couple of hours from us, but you know, it's a round trip, so we had a bit of traffic. It's about 5 hours all told. Yeah, it's not straight, so I'm pulling it up and hoping for the best, but it may not work. Yeah, so did that on Monday. Some of you might have joined me for coffee and cards over on Facebook yesterday. That was fun. Made some nice cards doing that. No, that was on Tuesday even. Yesterday was Wednesday. I'm losing a day. And then yesterday, my lovely sister, who lives in the same town as me, and has just joined my lovely team of stampers. I'm so happy she's done that. She came over to stamp with me. It was so lovely. Lovely to craft together. So, so nice. So we did that. Yeah, it's been a busy time. There we go. And today was post office day. Sending off all the things. And organising and planning. So I've been planning today. I've been scheduling my classes. I've got a local class. I do face-to-face classes once a month. So I've been sorting that out today, and that's all. That's been scheduled in for a while, but I was planning all of that. And also I've got a kit class. I absolutely love the new Christmas kits we've got. Got the Love Santa kit and the Christmas Whimsy kit. So I'm going to do a Zoom class. Zoom class on the 23rd. So anyone who wants to join that, just get in contact and grab a kit, and I'll send you the Zoom link for the kit. If you go into my shop, you can get one of the kits sent to you, and you can join my Zoom class. So much fun. It's just a bit of fun to get together and do it all together, you know, and have a bit of a social time, Christmassy time. So there's that. I've been planning my next team event as well. Today was a bit of a planning day. Fun times. So yeah, I'm just going to glue down the panels. So that's my working week so far. So I didn't really work on Monday. It was mum taxi. It was so nice to have him home for the weekend. Yeah. Tomorrow I've got a coffee date with Carol, who's on this call. I'm looking forward to that. Tell me if any of you done anything nice or got anything nice planned. Here we go. So, very simple cards, aren't they? The measurements are key, to be fair. Okay, they're simple measurements, but that's what makes it. Okay, so we got 2 cards. Let me grab my other card base. I'm standing up, it's giving me a bit of a backache. So here's my card base. So there we go. And I think that really lends itself, doesn't it? Let me move my camera. What can you see? Is that better? Tell me how it's looking, people. Can you see enough? Now I've moved the camera up, it might be better. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing you, Carol. It'll be nice. It's been such a busy week. It'll be nice to catch up, won't it? Catch up. Catch up and catch our breaths. Yes. There we go. Oh, hi, Hazel. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're here. There we are. So, yeah, I like the... Oh, yeah, thank you for letting me know. It was a bit close, I think, the camera, and you weren't getting the whole shot in there. So hopefully that's a little bit better now. So all I've done is swapped over the pieces of cardstock, so DSP, so you can see the other sides of it. And that is all I've done. And so I needed a Christmassy something to put on the front. So I thought I would go for this Noel. So I'm going to do that for one of them, and then I might change it up. And I like this big Noel. So I went into my rectangle stitch dies and I pulled one out that fits the Noel. You can tell I've been playing with it. So we're going to stamp the Noel. Now, I just want to sing the first Noel. You don't want to hear it, I'm telling you. So I'll grab it in, I'll do it on the green one, and I'll grab it in real red. Real red ink to match. And I've got the stamp out, so gotta love how all the ink matches everything. You can all sing the first Noel. I might get a copyright strike if I start singing a song that I shouldn't sing. Not that I can sing, so they probably couldn't recognise it, but there we are. Okay, so I'm just going to arrange this so that it fits it really well. It's a great set, the rectangle stitch framelets. If nobody's seen them, you get a massive ton of them. So here we go. They're the Stampin' Up stitch rectangle dies. Rectangle stitch dies. It's the other way around. I'm going to pop it through my cut and emboss machine, which is right here. My handy little trolley. So last week I wasn't around on my live, and there was a reason for that. I was doing a live class. It's my monthly live class. So every fourth Thursday of the month, I run an in-person class, so I won't be live on that one, but all the rest I will be. Except for next week, I think I'm going to come quite early with my live. So I'll probably put it up on my Facebook page, the time I'm coming. Usually I'll always come at 7 o'clock, but we've got a big demonstrator event called On Stage next week. It's a virtual event, it's online, but it starts at 5:30. So I probably won't be around to go live at 7. So I might bring it earlier in the day. Seeing how we can manage that. But it's once a year, I can't miss it. Okay, so I've got some sticky foam pads. Now, I've also got some of this. This is called the Simply Elegant Trim. You can see I've used most of the silver. I used it for a class and everyone had lots in their kits. They all had lots of ribbon and things, but they also had a meter of this silver one. So this is what I've got left. And I've got a lot of the gold one because we didn't use that one. So, but they're both lovely. So I might just try the gold one and then come back and possibly use the silver one on the other one. And I'm going to just wrap it around my hand a couple of times like that. Grab my scissors. Chop it off. That might be way too much. I think that is way too much. I'm getting very enthusiastic with my trim. But the idea is I'm going to loop it around. It might not actually. I'm going to loop it around like this. And I'm going to grab my glue dots. I think the reason I got too much out was because the silver one was so curly, I couldn't stretch it out. And it was very tightly curled. So this one doesn't seem to be so tightly curled. I am going to decide where my Noel goes. And I'm going to put a glue dot behind it. Like that. And I'm going to bring this in and just anchor a bit of it to the glue dot. And maybe the end, because you don't really want the ends poking out everywhere. Okay. And it's a case of arranging it how you want. It's not got to be too contrived. It's just going to be a bit of a swirly mess. That's the idea. Technical, that is, swirly mess. Okay. I don't know what happened to that glue dot. It must be in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my Noel over the top. So you see it doesn't look quite such a swirly mess once you have put your panel of sentiment over there. I'm going to bring this one down a bit more. Like that. Pop it in the middle. Oh, it won't stay. Stay. Stay, stay, stay. There we are. Oh dear, am I the only person who talks to their cards? It's not good. You know you've got it bad when you start talking to your card. All right. Well, that's me. Okay, Noel. Let's pop it over the top like that. I really like it. It's really super simple, apart from fighting with the gold trim. Noel. And then I've got some of the red gemstones. And I'm going to put some of those on there. Let's just put one up here. One there. And one You don't see it very well, but one on the red there. Noel. So that's our first front done. And then I think I'll come back and stamp the inside in a minute. And then we're going to do this one. So I've got to decide what we're going to put on this one. Let's just tidy up so I know what I'm doing. I think we will put, let's see what dies I've got to fit the sentiments. I've got a lot of dies, but we'll just use these ones, I think. Christmas blessings to you and yours. That's rather large, isn't it? I think I picked up the wrong one. Oh, that works nicely, doesn't it? Wishing your family health and happiness. No, we'll go for that one. Sharing the promise of the season. We could just even have Happy Christmas on there. But I think Christmas blessings to you and yours is really nice. So I'm going to go for that one. Oh, look. Really pretty. You can see them on my Instagram, or you can see them here on this. Everything's under Inkstampshare if you're looking around for my card. So, how you back your stamps? Take off the protective piece. Just pop it down. There we go. And then you have a nice stamp all ready to go. It's called the Happy Holidays stamp set. Hello, Mum. Oh, how are you? This is my mum, and she's got a rotten old cold, and she's feeling a bit rotten. Hope you're all right, Mum. It's not nice feeling so rotten. Okay, so I'm going to do that in the Mossy Meadow because I've got a nice red card base. So I'm just going to contrast that. So I've got the matching ink pad. She's looking a bit worn, my Mossy Meadow. It is a favourite, and I do use it rather a lot. Let's see how it stamps out on here. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Oh, look. That's dreadful. I wonder if it needs a refill. It's looking very sad and squished. Try it on my grid. Yeah, that's no good. No good. Let's see if I've got a refill for it to hand. I have lots of refills. Hold on, Liv. Here we go. There we go, Mossy Meadow. So let's give this a go. You can refill my ink pads at the same time. Although this one's just looking a bit odd. I think it's very worn out. So let's refill it. So I'm going to take the ink. I am going to do a line. Quite a lot. You'll be surprised at how much it will take. All the way down like this. Now, when you close your ink pad, it stores the actual upside down. So whilst you're not using it, it's always stored upside down without you having to store it upside down because the lid flips it. And you'll find when you come back to it, it'll be more evenly distributed. But in the meantime, I have put a lot on there. And I'm going to grab my trusty bone folder here. And you can see I've done it before. Look at the end of it. And these, just a wipe, biodegradable wipe. So I don't sit on the wipes. Right, okay, and I'm going to move the ink around. Yeah, I think my ink pad's worn out. I've had it for so long. I've had it for years, but it's not absorbing the ink. Might be time. We'll see. Maybe it just needs some TLC. So yeah, just smooth it out. Make sure it's even. Right, it's absorbing it now. Okay, I'll take the wipe and just give it a good clean on my bone folder like that. I have pretty colours. Right. Okay. Now let's see how this stamps. Still probably won't be perfect because it needs a while to soak in. It's usually, if you're going to do stamping, it's usually good if your ink pads need re-inking. Ink them before and then come back to it and stamp. Yeah, you saw how much ink went in there. That's better, still not brilliant. I think we'll go for it and see how we get on. Okay. And if this is no good, I'm going to pick out a different green. Or I might even go with the red. That would just be as nice, wouldn't it? Right, let's give it a go. It's very sad looking, my ink pad. Yes. Hooray! I like it when a plan comes together. So when you pull that and pull it over, it stores it upside down. So clever. Right, Christmas blessings to you and yours. Nice. Let's grab a bit of tape because I like to tape my die into place so that it doesn't move around when it goes through the sandwich on the machine. As you can see, I've got a bit of old washi tape stuck on the edge. Okay. Oh, this would look nice embossed, I think, as well. So if you're feeling a bit more, you didn't want to make such a quick and easy card, you could definitely emboss your sentiment to make it a bit more special. Step it up a little bit. Christmas blessings to you and yours. That's so nice. I really like it. So I thought we might put the rest of this gold on there, but I don't think we're going to have enough. And it's not actually going to pop. I think we'll go back to the gold. Here we go. So I wrapped it around my hand. My hand's not very big. So you need to kind of work out how much you want. Just try it out. And then you have a nice loop like that. Okay. Right, I'm going to grab back those glue dots. There we are. Grab my take your pick tool and grab one. Now, I know that it's going to be behind here somewhere. So I'll stick my first one there. And you just arrange it. It doesn't have to look like anything. Oh, hi Sam. How lovely of you to join us. Thank you. That is so nice. So yeah, you just grab your glue dots, keep those going, wind it round. Like the silver one was just almost like a coil. It was so curly. It's lovely to use, but it made quite a tight curl. And just anchor it in places so that you know that when you put your sentiment on, you're going to have this nice coil of gold, elegant trim. Put a bit there. And loop it right. Oh, I got one stuck to my finger. Right. I love that. I think that's great. So I'll put another bit under there because I had a spare one. There we go. Okay, I'm going to pop my sentiment on with a couple of dimensional foam pads. So these are really easy, these cards, aren't they? Show off that beautiful designer series paper, cut it up into panels and pop it on your card. Oh, thanks, Jen. Yes. We had a phase of doing this a lot a few years ago. Stampin' Up! Did this really fine silver thread, really fine. It was almost like cotton, silver and gold. And we all went through this phase of, it was a really nice way to pretty up a card. And I really liked it. And when I saw the elegant trim, I thought, I wonder if that would work. And it seems to work lovely. All right, sticking that down. It helps anchor the gold as well. Oops, sorry. My grid paper's flying about. And then I'm going to pop some of these gems on there as well. And then we'll do a little bit of stamping in the middle. And we'll be done. Christmas blessings to you and yours. Okay, let's put all my glue bits away. So let's have a look at what we've got. I just like Happy Christmas. So let's use that one. It's a really nice one. Oops. Acrylic blocks are great, aren't they? But they make a lot of clattery sounds. Okay, I think I'm going to stamp the inside in red to coordinate with the card. And you can fancy up your card as much as you like. So if you want to stamp things inside and colour inside, you do that. So Happy Christmas. Like that one. And here's the one I just made. I'll put Happy Christmas in there as well. I think I'm going to give my green ink pad a rest until it's all, that new ink is all soaked in better. For an hour or so, I'll leave it. Happy Christmas. And then one more. Now, this is the one I made earlier when I was just prepping and deciding what we were making. And I used a little bit of the silver trim. So nice. So yes, this paper is called Heartwarming Hugs. And the stamp set that I've gone for with it is called Happy Holidays. And it's got that gorgeous robin image in it. And holly. There we go. Very simple, quick and easy cards. I hope you liked it. I hope you've enjoyed watching me make some really quick and easy cards with this designer series paper tonight. It's not been very long. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I will be back on Tuesday with coffee and cards at 11 UK time on my Facebook page, Inkstampshare, and I will be back on next Thursday for a live in the evening here on YouTube, but it will be earlier in the day due to our big demonstrator on stage event, which I cannot wait for. I'm really excited, but I will be there. I'll just be a bit earlier, and I'll probably post on my Facebook page the timing for that. But if you're around sort of just before tea time, I think I'll probably be around then. Anyway, thank you for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. If you are watching me live, thank you very much. If you're watching me on replay, thank you for joining me. Do leave me a comment in the comments below. I read them all. And let me know if you like the card. And I will pop the description, the measurements over on my blog at inkstampshare.ink in the next day or so, so you don't have to write down all those panels of paper measurements. Yeah, and if you like any of the products I've used, they're available in my online shop at katebolt.stampinup.net. And yeah, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, guys. Take care, and thank you so much for joining me. Hope the rest of your week is wonderful. Take care. Bye-bye.